Hey, Mike, we're back after a couple computer difficulties last week. How are you today?
Good, good, good. A little computer problems that we could not resolve before our show. So we're back.
So, quick reminder, because we talked about it last time, these interviews now are going to be on Facebook, all our different Facebook channels. They'll be
Yes.
emailed to you, but you could also find them at what was once the Beyond Your Wildest Dreams YouTube channel, now is the Health Coaching Academy YouTube channel. And they're also going to be where, Mike?
I believe they should be on iTunes on the previous Beyond Your Wildest Dreams channel. I haven't gotten around to changing it from Beyond Your Wildest Dreams yet, but it should be there under the Beyond Your Wildest Dreams original listing. So I've got to find all that stuff. But soon to be podcast, but it is will be posted to YouTube later today. So we're
Nice,
good.
nice.
Yeah.
So, we was kind of a 3 week thing. We did trending topics. First one was linoleic acid and omega 3. Second was salt and electrolytes. And the third trending topic that people talk about in our sphere quite frequently is higher protein diets or prioritizing protein in your diet. And I know that's the way you and I and a lot of the people that we mingle with do.
I just coming off a 28-day Rebel reset with Rob Wolf's community, and this is a huge topic within the community itself. And it seems that whenever there is an issue with losing weight or being hungry, it is because the person is not taking in enough protein. It all comes down to protein. So in this reset, I've done probably 4 or 5 of them. I upped my protein, and it just had a dramatic difference in the overall feeling. Continued intermittent fasting, but both meals were laden in protein.
Yeah, I mean the concern for higher protein diets were always well twofold. One, it was a thought that it might injure your kidneys if you're consuming too much protein,
Right.
and two, possibly a carbohydrate spike through a process called gluconeogenesis. But most of them, particularly if you're an active person, it doesn't really hold true.
Exactly. It'd be really hard to take in a, a lot of protein where it affected your kidneys, unless, of course, you had some type of underlying kidney condition. But the average person, what's the numbers on? Do you know? You have the numbers in front of you for like what's the average person should be taking in?
It's really hard to tell because everybody's so different, and that's kind of a theme of everything we do.
Yeah.
But as I show, a new really great book that I just picked up is "Win" by Dr. James Dinicolantonio, and it goes over everything. It's win, strength, speed, endurance, and recovery, how to become a champion. But
Hmm.
there are uh, chapters on protein and how much protein you can consume if you're a world class athlete, if you're a high school athlete, if you're an older person, if you're a younger person, if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to add muscle. So it does change. So what
Yeah.
I would recommend is simply get this book. But here's just something to read. For muscle and strength gain, the optimal amount of protein appears to be between zero point 0.1 and 1 grams per pound. A good rule of thumb is to aim for 1 gram of protein for every 1 pound of body weight, which equals 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram. So I'm 160 pounds, so should be looking at around 150 to 160 grams of protein a day, which I
Yeah.
would imagine is probably 3 or 4 servings of protein about the size of my hand.
Right. So it's when you think about it that way, that that would seem like a lot of protein, but it's really not. And when we look back at our ancestors, they really ate to satiety, and they ate if they had it, they ate protein whenever they got it. So uh, we eat together every Monday, and for all four doctors and all four at different phases of our lives, we're getting, you know, three chicken breasts. It's a large portion for a meal, in addition to guacamole and other veggies. But we're getting a fairly decent sized portion of protein for lunch, and I can tell you, I don't get that super that low feeling after on Mondays for sure. Like on Tuesdays, if I don't eat enough protein coming in on a half a day, I could definitely feel a difference.
Yeah, I mean that's the key, Mike. So it may look like a lot, but
Right,
you're not hung. First of all, there's not a lot of calories in three chicken cutlets, believe it or not. Number
right,
one, and number two, you add a little guacamole in there, maybe even a couple chips if you so choose. You're not going to be hungry, so you're not going to be snacking in 2 hours. You're not going to be snacking in 4 hours, and in about 5 or so hours, you're going to be hungry again and ready for dinner. And it's really the
right.
right way to do it.
It is. Those lunches are good. They're, so there's chicken breasts. I'll usually get zucchini, some sautéed zucchini, and either avocado or guacamole, whatever they have, and that is perfect. It is very filling, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not tired. And then I eat again. We'll see patients Monday in the afternoon from 3 to 6, and get home around 7, and I am hungry at that point. But I'm not hungry at all during the course of the day,
Right. I mean,
and I intermittent fast almost every day. It's a 16-hour window, 16 or 17 hours.
yep. The title of this is higher protein diets, but what we're really trying to say is prioritize protein, meaning structure your meal around a relatively decent size of protein, whether that's a
Right.
big piece of salmon or a nice strip steak or a couple cutlets of chicken or a bunch of shrimp or a combination of a little shrimp, a little chicken, and a little beef, so you don't get bored. But it's really
Right.
structuring your meal around protein, and I know that's the way we do it at home, and I know that's the way you do it at home as well.
Yeah, there's always a protein with the meal, and there are so many different ways that you can cook chicken. There's so many different ways you can cook beef, pork if you like it. There's bacon if you like that. Chicken again, duck if you like duck, and then fish on top of all those, whether it be shrimp, lobster, or any type of fish that is high in protein. So you really need that protein. For the vegans, you're going to have to combine the foods to get that protein profile down, whether it's rice and beans or some plant based protein as well.
Yep. The other takeaway, and you brought it up right from the beginning, Mike, is that if you're having trouble staying not be always being hungry, or if you're having trouble adding muscle mass, or if
Yeah,
you're having trouble losing weight,
right.
we're suggesting the first place you start is to prioritize your protein, at least two, preferably 3 meals a day. And you could eggs would account as well, Mike, as the one thing you
Eggs,
didn't.
yes, absolutely. That's right. Eggs are not my go-to, but a good omelet is good. Of course, there's the bacon that goes with the omelet, but yeah, for somebody like our kids who are athletes, um, their bodies are still growing, and they need a lot of protein, and kids will always opt for whatever's in front of them or whatever tastes good, and you really got to make sure if your children are athletes that they're getting the right amount of protein for them. We can put in the show notes what you said about what the decent number of protein is, but everybody is different.
Yep. I suggest definitely picking up this book, Brandy New Win by James Dinicolantonio. He's also the author that wrote Salt Fix, and we talked about salt and electrolytes. So great book. I believe next week we're going to be talking about a topic we talk about all the time again, but there's another update on vitamin D3 and COVID. So we'll bring that to your attention as well. And if you have any
Absolutely.
questions or ideas on protein or what I should do or how I should do it, please let us know. And as Mike said, we are here from 3 to 6 today.
Bye, guys. Where we are. There you go.